Welcome to the Frauenthal Theater. It is the season opening open house down here, the season kickoff for everything that's going to go on at the Frauenthal. I'm Andy O'Reilly, broadcasting live on the Muskegon Channel. We are down here today, kind of get you in the mood, kind of set the pace, and we're going to talk to some of the people that are down here talking about their upcoming productions, including Kurt Troutman from Muskegon Community College. We're going to talk to him in just a couple of minutes. But before we get started, I want to take a second to tell you about some of the things that are going on down here tonight. Right now, as we get underway, the Barton organ is going to fire up. Jim Fless is going to play in the main theater. Mariachi singers are here. They're going to get underway in the main stage from 6:15 till 7 o'clock. Brandon Davis and the Victory Praise Gospel Choir plays in the Frauenthal a little bit later, and then the B Sharps will play down here in the main theater a little bit later on tonight. That's 7:45 till 8:30. Smash Wine Bar and Bistro is open downstairs. It smells fantastic in here. The food is great. They've got a chance for you to win a membership in their wine club. If you're a wine aficionado, you're going to want to try some of that. They've got some of their great appetizers that you can try as well, and a cash bar available. In the Beardsley, they've got some Cassidy Briggs light acoustic pop going on. You'll find Civic Theater's production of My Way doing some of their numbers out there. Poets, we've got some of them going on. Cassidy Briggs makes a return. And then My Way does the second performance a little bit later on tonight again. And Reiche's Catering has got the food over there. The reception gallery upstairs, the Lafayette Woodwind Quintet will be playing. You'll also find Johnny Lawton, Electric Reggae Dub Band playing, Ski Town Style. Johnny Lawton Shoreline Symphony playing again. Fatty Lumpkins is upstairs as well as the Hearthstone with the cash bar as well. We've got some music going on here in the lobby, and if you could see behind us, I know we got our banner up here to kind of show you that we're on the air. As you can see behind us, the place is filling up great with lots of people who are just interested to come down and see what this historic theater is all about. Young and old, they're coming down. It's an absolutely free night. Some of the things you're going to want to do, first and foremost, is grab yourself tickets for some of those tours that you're not going to get a chance to see any other time, all right? You got an inside scoop on everything Frauenthal. I've had a chance over the years to get to see some of the behind-the-scenes stuff, and when you get down into the basement of this place and under the stage and some of the old dressing rooms and the dumb waiters that they used to actually move luggage and trunks and all that other kind of stuff up through here, it really, really is an amazing facility that we've got here in Muskegon. It's something to treasure. So come on down. This is the night that it's all open, all 3 floors. Everything that you want to see, do, or hear in the Frauenthal is going to be featured. And they've got a huge season coming up, and we're going to get to talk about that in just a few minutes. And we're going to talk to some of our performers as well, including we're going to welcome Kurt Troutman from Muskegon Community College in first. You guys were first and foremost. Your event is coming up quick. It's October 5th.
It sure is.
Let's talk about this performance. It's Dr. Martin Luther King, An Evening With.
Certainly. This is a wonderful theater.
Isn't it great?
Muskegon is a great town to be in, and we've got a great event coming here in just 2 weeks.
Okay.
Reverend Stefan Ferguson travels the world performing as Dr. Martin Luther King.
Okay.
And when you hear him perform the words, the speeches, it's chilling.
Have you seen him before?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
I met him last year in Selma, Alabama, and was mesmerized by the speaking of Dr. Martin Luther King.
Sure.
Dr. King's been gone 49 years, so if you're not in your late 60s, you really don't remember him. This will be a one-time chance here in Muskegon to live, feel, hear the words of Dr. Martin Luther King, and it's a program that's free admission.
Is it free?
Free admission.
Okay.
You must have a ticket.
Okay.
Free admission, and we've got 1,700 seats inside, and we want 1,700 people to come here and experience Reverend Ferguson performing as Dr. Martin Luther King.
Tell me about the show itself. Now, does he come in? Does he reenact speeches? Does he take you through a day in the life of Dr. Martin Luther King? How does the whole show unfold?
We'll have a moderator introducing the various speeches, and each of the speeches will be introduced by a Muskegon prominent person here.
Okay.
And they'll talk about, example, Dr. King's work in education, how he valued education. We'll get about a 2-minute prelude to that. Performer Stefan Ferguson will perform part of one of his speeches. And they're generally 3 to 4 minute performances.
Okay.
And then Brandon Davis and the Victory and Praise Choir will follow up with a song.
Yeah, they're going to play here tonight too, so you get a
tonight,
little taste
yes.
of them. Yeah,
And then they'll be here in 2 weeks. So there are 5 different speeches, and each one will have an introduction, kind of an educational introduction setting the stage. Reverend Ferguson performing as Dr. King, and then we'll have Brandon Davis performing. And at the end of this, we'll finish or culminate with a 15-minute infamous I Have a Dream speech.
Sure.
That'll be the only speech in its entirety.
You're a political science professor.
Correct.
Out at Muskegon Community College. Would you insist that your students come out and be a part of this as part of their curriculum to learn this?
We sure do. This has been 6 months in the planning, this
Okay.
event. And while it's open to the whole community, we'd be remiss if we did not have our students out here.
Sure.
So yes, our students, we really are trying to reintroduce them to a name that's been part of their education,
Yeah.
but they're far too young to really have any connection to Dr. King.
Yeah.
So yes, our students will be here. We have a special program in the morning that is for the K through 12 students.
Really? So this
Yes.
is a
Yes, it's a 10 o'clock in the morning for K through 12 and 7 at night for the community.
wow. So it's a full day of education put
It
on by
sure
Muskegon
is.
Community College down here.
Yes.
And now, if parents are interested in getting their schools in here, is it already taken care of, or can schools still opt in?
We've been partnering with MAISD.
Okay.
And all the schools have been contacted.
They have, okay.
Correct. Parents want to get their students here, tell their schools to opt in.
Yep.
Many have, not all of them.
Sure.
We have seats for everybody.
Very good. It's a great thing. It's a free day. It's October 7th. I mean, is there anything else you'd like to tell people about this event?
Well, it's just an opportunity to hear the words. Nobody speaks with the cadence, the power, and the delivery
Yeah.
of Dr. Martin Luther King.
Yeah.
And Stefan Ferguson has been traveling the globe. He is the only authorized King
Really?
performer from the King Foundation.
So, and you saw this whole performance in Selma.
I sure have, yes.
And it's
Yes.
riveting.
This was at the 52nd anniversary of the infamous Selma Bridge Walk.
Yeah.
And he was introduced by the Reverend Jesse Jackson.
Was he really?
So again, Stefan Ferguson is going to put on a tremendous show for this community. It is free of charge. You must have a ticket.
Where do they get the ticket?
At the Frauenthal box office.
Okay.
Come right down, get your ticket at the Frauenthal box office, and we look forward to seeing 1,700 people on Thursday, October 5th at 7 o'clock.
That's a great plug for the performance, but as long as I've got you here and you're a political science teacher, let me pick your brain for a second. Let's talk about the climate from a political science. Our country we're in new times now.
Sure
we
are.
are in kind of uncharted waters. We're in untested territory. From a political science teacher's point of view, where do you see us right now? I mean, you got Trump supporters, you got this group, you got that group, everybody in, social media, which is, kind of our bread and butter. We're in the middle of all that, and where do you see everything right now?
This is the best time ever to teach political science.
Really?
I've got 18 and 19-year-olds coming into class who ordinarily would barely know the name of the president.
Right.
They are very aligned with whether they support or do not support.
And at 18 and 19 years old, where are their minds?
Well, surprisingly, far more than you would think. They're split right down the center.
Really?
And they're very interested in issues. We've got a Senate race coming up in Michigan with incumbent Debbie Stabenow. Not very interesting to an 18-year-old.
Not at all.
But I'll tell you, the potential of Kid Rock, musician running, every one of my students know this, and they're following this race.
And I'll tell you what, I go back a few years with Kid Rock, Bob Ritchie. I'll give you a great story. When I was young and he was just coming on the scene, I was a music director at a radio station in Grand Rapids, and one day I would get a phone call from Bob Ritchie in Detroit, and he would tell me about this artist, Kid Rock. Hey, it's Bob Ritchie. I'm down here in Detroit, and I promote this guy named Kid Rock, and blah, blah, blah. And okay, Bob, great, thanks, click. And at the time, everything was Nirvana and Pearl Jam and Soundgarden, and it was a whole 90s grunge thing, so he didn't really fit anywhere.
Sure.
I would hang up on Kid Rock every other day of the week. It was Bob Ritchie telling me to listen to Kid Rock, and now he's one and the same. So, back in 92, 93, I'm hanging up on this guy every other day, and now he's got this potential Senate run thing. Do they really think that he's a legitimate candidate?
They do, and let's be truthful. 5 years ago, it had been laughed off as
Sure.
irrelevant.
Now?
President Trump has changed what it means to be a candidate.
Sure.
He's got a name,
Yep.
he's got a platform, and Twitter has made us all just that much closer together.
Yeah.
Yes, this is a campaign our students would never be interested in
Yep.
if it was not for a candidate like Kid Rock.
Wow. So you really think there's a potential for him to flip the switch and make a run?
I certainly do.
Wow.
I really, now, as a political
But
scientist
you've been at this for a while too. So
Right,
is there
I
a
would
part of
say-
you that makes, to see this shift that makes you a little uncomfortable?
Well, again, 5 years ago, I would have laughed this all off,
Yeah.
but we saw what happened. And clearly, Donald Trump, coming as a 70-year-old television star from The Apprentice, he's paved the path.
Yeah.
There's going to be others behind him,
Yeah.
frankly, as effective or more effective.
Wow. Well, there you have it. Political science right there in Muskegon. It's coming up on October 5th. I want to thank you for your insight on this whole political world that we've got going on here.
Thank you, Andy. I appreciate being here.
If it takes Donald Trump and Kid Rock to kind of light the fire under these younger people, that's probably a good thing.
I'm in full agreement.
Yeah, so that's a good thing. October 5th, it's going to be right here at the Frauenthal. It's absolutely free. Make sure you get your tickets down here, and take my congratulations back to everybody at Muskegon Community College. That award, being the best community college in the entire state, that's got to make everybody there feel just like $1 million. And what an accomplishment for everybody on the staff at Muskegon Community College.
Thank you. We feel proud of that. We feel that we put the community in community college.
Absolutely. It's a great place to be. It is Kurt Troutman, Political Science, down at Muskegon Community College. You can learn more about their program coming up on the 5th down here tonight. And come down and see it. October 5th, free show. Kurt Troutman, right down here at the Frauenthal. It's all behind us here. I mean, I don't want to lower that just yet because I don't want to have to hook it back up, but we're here broadcasting live till 6:30, 7 o'clock. Kurt, again, we're going to move you along and find somebody else here in just a couple of minutes. Let's get back to some of the up-and-coming things here throughout the entire season. We've got, did you hear that Louis, yeah, you're fine, you're good to go. Comedian Louis Anderson's going to be here. Tickets are just going on sale for that as we speak. Actually, it's going to be in the spring that Louis Anderson makes his way here. That's going to be a big show, so make sure you put that on your calendar of things to do. Down the line, too, we've got North Muskegon Pops, April 20th and 21st. Tango Caliente is April 27th. Spam-A-Lot by the Muskegon Civic Theater is happening May 3rd through the 6th. Then the Sicker Dance Recital, Classic Music Masterpieces, Bewitched, presented by the Shoreline Symphony Community Orchestra, will be along. That's going to be a great thing. Grab yourself a mic there, ma'am. Clip it right on your perfect. And the Accidentals are going to be our next guest. Slide right in here. Make yourself at home. Tell me your name.
My name is Marianne Fisher.
Nice to see you, Marianne.
Nice to see you too.
Thanks
I'm
for
from Red
coming
House
by.
Concert Series.
Talk to me about Red House Concert Series.
So it's been around a long time, but only fairly recently as public shows. So
Okay.
I host house concerts, and I've been doing that for 10 years.
So this is one of these deals where you go to somebody's house, you play in the backyard, you play in the living room.
Correct.
You do that kind
That's
of,
exactly it.
We had one of these, and it was kind of funny because it happened at my sister's house.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't, I don't know if it was through you, but it may have been. So let me tell you the story. There's a party, and we're in the garage, and everybody's having dinner,
Yep.
and Brian Vander Ark from the Verve Pipe comes walking up.
Yes.
And I've known Brian forever. He went to college with my sister as the Verve Pipe was just getting their thing underway. Is he one of
Yes.
your artists?
He was the first one, and we hosted him for many years after that. That was the starting point for us.
So there you
it was
go.
in 2007.
Yeah.
And and then it kind of just grew from there. So it was Brian for several years, and then starting to work in other artists and growing. So 2016, we launched Music at the Museum at the Tri-Cities Historical Museum
Okay.
in downtown Grand Haven. So we were working with the museum on those shows. This is our first show that we're doing here
Okay.
at the end of October, and with the Accidentals. So this is our biggest one yet
Talk
that
about
we're
the
putting
Accidentals.
on.
Tell me
So
about these guys.
The Accidentals actually played at my house.
Did they?
So
So you know they're good.
Yeah, we did a house concert with them. They've played the Music at the Museum series out of Traverse City, 2 of the 3, and Michael is out of Detroit area.
Okay.
But they just signed with Sony.
Really?
So this is their album release show for West Michigan.
Do they
here.
know what they're in for? With a record
I think
deal?
so. Yes. Yeah. I think they've been really supportive on the
Have they?
label, and I think they were very intentional on how they were going to go about
It's
this.
a big
so.
deal when these guys get these record deals, you know. I mean,
Yes.
I hate to sound like a jaded old radio and record guy, but they get these record deals, and it really changes the way things work for bands and relationships and everything. Like, I wish them
Yeah,
the best.
I agree. Well, and I think they've been very intentional about how they've been doing things, and they don't go into things lightly. So
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a good relationship for them. It has been thus far, it's really exciting. So Crane Wives are playing too. So they're big.
Everybody loves them.
Everybody loves Crane Wives, and then Jake Allen, who is the first opener, is out of Traverse City and is an amazing musician himself, and he'll also play with the Accidentals during their set. So
Talk about the tickets now.
So the tickets are $20, and
Cheap enough.
Yeah,
You got,
that's
there's a
good
price
night out,
point
right?
in Muskegon. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? If you go too high, everybody's gonna go, I don't know, it's a little too
Right.
much. If you go too low, they're gonna think, it's not that good of a show. But if you hit
Right.
$20
That's
or thereabout,
what I'm thinking. And I think
they're
that's
pretty
super
good.
reasonable. And these are big bands.
Yeah.
So, it's going to be a great night. We're excited to do it at the Frauenthal. Love this space, and
I know
we've
the
been
Crane
here
Wives
and-
have played here before. Now, have these
Yes,
guys had
they
a
did
chance
the
to
alley
play?
door,
Yeah.
I believe.
But this is going to be on the main stage.
Correct.
Yeah, so
It is
that's
the
a
main
big deal.
stage. It is a big deal.
It really
We're
is a fun
super
thing.
excited. Yeah, it's great.
At these concerts now, if people are interested, let's talk about these home shows. What's the process of getting one of these things done? Let me go back to the Brian Vander Ark story a little bit. He might not be doing them for you anymore, and I don't know how that all works, but here we are in the garage, and this party's going on, and all of a sudden Vander Ark comes walking up, and I'm like, dude, what are you doing here? And he's like, well, he hired me to play.
Right.
And I looked over at my brother-in-law, and I'm like, dude, now I got to hire Van Halen to come play at my party. You know, how am I gonna top this?
Right.
It's an amazing thing to have in your yard.
It's so great, very
Yeah.
addictive. So
Yeah.
we're actually next month hosting our 50th house concert.
Wow.
So we've done a lot of these shows. They're private, invitation only events at our house. So because they're home shows,
Yeah.
it's not a open for the public type
Yeah.
thing. So I still do those, though much less than I used to, because we're also doing public shows now.
Sure.
So Red House has grown because it was our house thing, and I have a business partner, public shows, and so it's a mix. So it keeps me busy.
As your business has grown, when you launched this business, did you expect it to grow into, you got the backyard thing, the living room concert things, now you're starting to do theaters.
No.
Do you foresee a place somewhere down the line where you may be doing arenas and things like that?
That I think would be too big for me.
Yeah.
I mean, with a house concert piece, and from having been to
Yeah,
one,
yeah.
it's very intimate. It's a different way to experience music,
It really
and
is.
there's a lot of connection between the musicians and the audience, and I love that.
Yeah.
That's what really drives me. And so the shows that we've done are still on a small enough scale that happens. So the bigger arena type things, you miss that.
Yeah.
So that wouldn't personally be where I'd be looking to go. So
If an artist was interested in trying this, how do they get a hold of you?
they know how.
They do?
They read us.
Are they on you like white on rice?
Oh yeah, we're
Really?
getting contacts from all over the place. But we have a website. It's redhouseconcertseries.com.
Very
We're on
cool.
Facebook. So yeah, definitely people can find us.
Awesome stuff.
So,
Well, this will be awesome. It's the Accidentals, their launch party here. It's happening on, where's the date on this thing here? October 27th. Tickets are they available now?
they are available
Come right
now.
down here to the Frauenthal box office and get your tickets. Enjoy this show with the Crane Wives, and boy, you just kind of stumbled into this business. Look at you.
We did, yes. I love it. I love it.
I love the enthusiasm. That's incredible. The Accidentals, and you can learn more about that down here tonight.
Correct.
Are they here? The band themselves?
The
Parts
band
of-
is not here.
They're not.
Red House is here.
Red
Come
House
and talk
is here.
to us.
Okay,
Yes.
very good.
Yeah, for
There
sure.
you have
Thank
it.
you very much.
Here till 8:30 tonight. You're a great guest, and I wish you the best in the future.
Thank you very
Thanks
much.
for putting something on Cole and
Yeah.
Muskegon. Absolutely. So there you have it. The Accidentals will be down here on the 27th of October. Great night. Yeah, you bet. Thanks for coming by. We are broadcasting live from the Frauenthal. Sit yourself on down. I know exactly what's on your mind. We're going to get you mic'd up right there. We did a story about this earlier today on Positively Muskegon. Have you clip that on your shirt right there. We are going to talk about this event coming up Saturday. It is called the Ignite Your Passion for God Day, and it gets underway at 8 o'clock Saturday morning. Goes till 12:30. You, sir, are?
PC Thompson.
PC Thompson, and we've talked about you earlier today.
You did.
Eddie Sanders Jr. was on Positively Muskegon, which is our sister channel.
Yes.
And he talked with Brad Hillary, part of the Methodist Men's outreach that's here in town. And this is a big event for you guys.
That's correct. It certainly is.
And I got to tell you, the thing that excites me the most about this thing, we've got some great speakers coming. We've got, and then, but the keynote speaker is this Brian Scholl,
That's correct.
who flew an SR-71.
That's correct.
And if you
That's
don't know what
correct.
an SR-71 is, it's called the Blackbird, and
Yeah.
it is just it's a reconnaissance airplane.
Yes,
Flew up
yes.
out of the reach of satellite radar and all
That's
that other
correct.
kind
It
of
was
stuff.
the highest flying and
Highest
also
flying
the
and
fastest
fast.
jet. That's correct.
Mach
That is
3,
correct.
get it done.
That's
Let's
correct.
go.
That's correct.
He had an accident in that, and that's part of his story.
Let's
talk about the whole day.
That's part of his story, and what's so unique about Brian is that it ties our two speakers in. We've got a speaker on diversity, pastor of an inner city church
Yep.
in Muskegon Heights. So he's very capable speaker on that subject because he works with the inner city kids.
Yep.
And then we've got passion. We've got a gentleman, pastor out of Detroit. He is from the 4th Episcopal District of the AME Church. And he is going to be speaking on passion for us, and he has a passion for Christ.
Sure.
So we've got the diversity, we have the passion, and we've got Brian Soul. Brian comes in, and he flew the fastest jet in the world, of course.
Yeah.
But before that, he was flying. Excuse me.
That's okay.
Before that, he was flying in Vietnam,
Yeah.
and his plane was shot down. His ejection button did not work. So he went down with the plane. He crashed in enemy territory. So the Army had to go in and get him out of there. The plane was on fire. He was burned severely.
Yep.
But after about 18 months of rehabilitation, Brian was at a point where he wanted to fly again.
Sure.
And he was capable of
I
flying
don't think
again.
you ever get rid of that feeling of wanting to fly again,
That's
especially
the-
when you get. I mean, I've taken. When we had airfare here. I don't know if you remember airfare. When it
Yes,
was
I
here,
do. Yes, I
but,
do.
But they'd give me an opportunity here and there to get up and take a ride. Never
Sure.
got into a jet, but I've gone in a couple of those things where you can go upside down and that kind of
Sure,
thing, and that's
sure.
an addictive feeling
it
to
really
go
is.
upside
It
down
really
in an
is.
airplane.
It really
It's
is.
a lot of fun.
And that's the passion that
Sure.
that he brings to this.
Sure.
But what's interesting about Brian, the Air Force, they will put two people on that jet.
Yes.
They have a pilot and they have an engineer.
Yes.
And Brian, the pilot, is white.
Yep.
His engineer was black.
Yes, he was.
Once they place them together,
Yep.
once the military put the two men together, they're there for life.
That's it.
So if one can't
Driver-
fly, they don't fly.
A driver and a reel.
That's correct.
Yeah.
That is correct. So, so Brian's story really connects that diversity and his passion for flying.
Sure.
It connects the two. And that's the unique part of this program where we bring it together. And of course, it gives the community an opportunity to see how diversity works,
Yeah.
how it should work, and how we as a community can embrace something like this and make it work here in this community. We're capable of that.
We're capable, but and let me ask you honestly. We just met. We just sat down
Sure,
together.
Sure.
Do we do a good enough job on both sides of the fence in working together on things?
Well, the obvious answer there is no. We don't.
No,
do
we
a good
don't.
enough job.
I don't think so either.
There's always room for improvement.
Yeah,
But we learn from our mistakes.
Sure.
And we take those mistakes and we take that
Improve
that
on 'em.
lemon and we turn
And
it
you
into
always
lemonade.
try.
That's correct. And I think it's a heart thing.
Yeah.
You can't legislate love.
No, you can't.
Congress can't legislate love.
No.
Police departments can't force love.
No.
It's a heart thing. When God touches the heart of a man,
Yeah.
that's when things begin to change.
I know.
And God has to touch the heart of the man.
I've told my story 100 times.
Yeah,
I'm a recovering alcoholic. I got my moment like that.
Yeah,
I
that's
grew
correct,
up
that's
in the
correct.
Catholic Church.
Ah.
I know all about Saul. I know all about how his day. One day it's just boom, you're
Sure,
done,
sure,
and your
sure.
life has changed.
Yeah, that's
and,
correct,
And that's
that's
how
correct.
it happened for me.
That's
and
correct.
I've met people along the way that have had that same kind of thing, and it's a life-changing experience.
Well,
when
it
that- when
certainly
that
is,
happens.
but it's a deliberate thing.
Yeah.
You have to want to do it.
Yes, you do.
And that phrase that I often use is "gotta wanna."
Yeah.
You gotta want to make that change. Whatever the change is in your life,
Yeah.
you gotta want to do it.
And then
if
once
you
you get
don't
a
want to
taste
do
of
it,
it-
it'll never happen.
Once you get a taste of it, you want more.
Oh, I'm telling you.
Don't you though?
I'm telling you.
You can't get enough of it.
You really can't. You
It's
really
just the
can't.
greatest thing
And
ever.
that's why I guess that's why this passion for God is so unique.
Yeah.
In that we're just asking the Muskegon people
to open their hearts up and
come on out
and generate that passion for God. And I'm sure it's going to be a wonderful time.
Talk to me more about this group. I know the group's been around for a few years. You meet once a month, the men.
The Methodist men. We started 4 years ago.
Okay.
Of course, it was a reignitement of that group because 30, 40 years ago, the Methodist men in Muskegon used to meet once a month for breakfast. But we do this we did this because some men wanted to come together. Some Methodist men wanted to come together.
Yep.
We have one of the local pastors, a retired pastor here in Muskegon, and myself. We got together and we started talking about this thing, and we wanted to reignite this Methodist men's ministry. And as a result of that, January of 2013 is when we started all over. We meet monthly. We meet for an hour and a half. We'll have our breakfast, and we'll go around to the various churches. And each of the churches they'll put on a program for the day, whatever they select, whatever type of program they select. They will put that program on for the day, and from there we'll go to again another church the next month. But what we decided was after meeting for 2 years, we thought, there's got to be something that we can do other than
great. We
come
can powwow
here
and
one Saturday out of a month and listen to each other talk. So we then got involved with the children of the parents that are incarcerated, Angel Tree.
Yeah.
We got involved with Angel Tree, and we were very, very successful with that. All of the churches bought into it.
Yeah.
But here last year, the group was saying, Angel Tree is October through December. What else can we do?
What next? Yeah.
And this was the next item that came up.
That's a good thing.
And we've been working on this for about 9 months now.
And you've done some ball games. You've done some soccer games with kids and things like that.
That's correct. We do. For July and August, we don't really have meetings.
Yep.
So we've gone to the soccer games in July.
Sure.
In August, we've gone over to Grand Rapids and watched the Whitecaps play.
Always a good time.
So we've done that a couple of years.
Yep.
But it's just some things for the men to do and to keep us together.
Yeah.
And to keep us focused on God.
Come back a little bit about the prison ministry. I mean, you do this for the kids, of the incarcerated people and that kind of thing. Do you ever extend into the jails and the prisons as well?
Our group have not.
You have not.
Okay. But I know that there are church groups that do.
Yeah.
In fact, our church group, one of our church groups, have done that before.
Yeah.
But the Methodist men have not done that.
Okay.
Not that it's not something that we might want to put on the agenda.
I got to tell you, I do some volunteer work around town, a little bit here and there, and when you're in the position I'm in, you meet a lot of people that have opportunities to volunteer and things like that. Well, I hooked up with this group, Read Muskegon, and they go to the jail on Tuesdays and they tutor reading to these guys. And I thought, what a unique opportunity to go in and touch somebody. And I'm not made of money, so I can't go write a big check and help out charity and here and there and that kind of thing. But I can actually take an hour and a half on a Tuesday night and go to the jail and do some reading tutoring.
Sure.
It is the most rewarding and wonderful thing I've ever been a part of, to just go down there, the reading is just I hate to admit it, but it's just a way in, really. It's the fellowship, and it's the you meet these people who are kind of down on their luck, and they're nobody wants to be there.
That's
life circumstances have put them there.
That's correct.
And man, you could just grab them and grab that one and pull them up out of the mud, boy. And
it only takes one.
That's all it is.
It only takes one.
But you guys, you kind of follow the same thing with what you guys
That's
are doing.
correct. And I would suggest to you that you be in touch with me.
Yeah.
So that we can look into that, because you might be that door.
Yeah.
That can open for us to get inside there.
That's what we do. We build bridges, man. We want to find ways to make everything better here in town.
Be in touch with me, because our group, we've got most of our people are retired.
Sure.
And we've got time.
Yeah. That's a good way to be.
I
don't think I'm ever going to get to retire. I think I'm going to work till I drop dead somewhere. I'm pretty sure.
No, you're a blessing, man.
I'm a blessing. I'll give you that, but I'm a poor one, man. That's all right. Tell me about the day itself. 8 o'clock it gets underway.
It's 8 o'clock Saturday morning.
Yep.
And the music starts at 8 o'clock.
Okay.
The actual program probably won't get started until around 8:30.
Okay.
And we go through the program as it is laid out. We don't have a copy of it presently, but the program will introduce the Philip Chapel male chorus. They're going to sing.
Yep.
And we also have the Philip Chapel Band.
Yep.
We have Isaiah 52:7, which is a praise group from Central United Methodist Church.
Okay.
They're going to be there singing. And then there's a youth group from the Nelson Neighborhood Association. That group is going to also sing. They're youngsters, and they're going to be there and sing.
Still pretty awesome, though.
Yes, it is.
And
yes,
this MC you guys ran up here,
Eddie Sanders.
I love the guy.
Great guy. Great guy.
He's one of my best friends.
Really?
And, you know, the first time I met Eddie, it was at a hockey game over here at the LC Walker Arena. He's coming down to sing the national anthem.
Oh, yes.
He comes down, and he's got his bow tie on, he's got his beautiful suit, and he's got his good-looking hair, you know, hat and everything. And Eddie's walking down, and you know Eddie, he's kind of an intimidating-looking guy at first. And he comes walking down the thing, and I'm like, I'm on his team. I don't care who he is or what he's about. I'm on Eddie's team, and I've grown to just love the guy.
Have you heard his story?
I have.
Okay, great.
And
very great. Very good.
You know what? When I heard his story the first time, I was actually behind the camera, and he was talking to another guy that had basically the same story.
Sure.
And as I was sitting there taping these two telling their story, it was the same story I lived. And I'm behind the camera in tears listening to these two guys tell the same story, and it's like we're all the same.
When God touches the heart of a man.
Yeah.
You know, things
I wanted to hug these guys as we're walking out of the
That's
gym.
right.
We're over at the at Eddie's church, you know, in the Burrell Center there, and we're walking out, and I'm just like, I want to hug you guys, man. And great guy, love the guy.
He is a great young man. I tell you,
he really is.
Really
remarkable.
is.
So 8 o'clock till 12:30. This Saturday.
12:30
Free
on Saturday. It is free. That's correct.
Do they need tickets in advance, or can they just
There are
show
no
up?
tickets in advance. Just come, and we would like to fill up the place.
I bet you would.
So you know, we would encourage anybody and everybody.
It's not just for men. Let's go.
It is not just for men.
Yeah,
it's for women too.
And it's non-denominational.
Non-denominational.
Yep.
We sent letters out to every church in Muskegon County.
Did you? Good.
And all denominations. And also we sent letters out to all of the United Methodist churches in Kent County and Ottawa County.
Good.
So we've got the message out there.
Yes, you have.
And now it's up to the individuals to come and hear the stories.
Well, I wish you the best on this event. I thank you for coming by to share a couple of minutes. And this guy with the SR-71, boy, wouldn't it be great if you could just fly that into town and come do his story?
That would be.
Oh, I'd love that. Imagine how much they complain.
We talked about that too, but that'll never happen. That's
a great story. Well, thank you for
good.
coming
Thanks.
by.
I really
wish you the
appreciate
best.
it.
Your
Thank
work
you.
is amazing,
Very
and
good.
I
Thank
wish you
you.
the best on all you guys are up to
Very
with
good.
the Muskegon Methodist Men's Ministry. It's Ignite Your Passion for God. It is this Saturday. It's going to be right down here at the Frauenthal. Thanks again for coming by.
Thanks
and
much.
we'll
Really appreciate
we'll get
it.
somebody else on here in just a couple of minutes and let them talk as well. A great day down here at the Frauenthal this Saturday with the Muskegon Methodist men's. Great day. You're a great guest. They told me you'd be good. I knew it. Absolutely.
Thank you much. I really appreciate
Yes, absolutely. We are down here broadcasting live for the season opening open house on the Muskegon Channel. We are at the Frauenthal Center in downtown Muskegon. Come on down and join us. It's open until 8:30 tonight. I'm going to take a quick look at the time here. We've been going since 5:30. It's just a little after 6 right now. As you make your way down here, the next things you're going to see, the main stage in the Frauenthal, the mariachi singer Gabriel Estrada will be up on stage. He's going to take the stage in about 15 minutes. Over in the Beardsley at 6:10, the Civic Theater's production of My Way is going to be taking the stage. You're going to hear some great music from that Frank Sinatra musical. 6:30 in the reception gallery, the electronic reggae Doug band Ski Town Style is going to be up there, so make sure you check them out. Ballroom, 5:30 till 8:30. They've got Big Daddy Fox and Friends up there playing, so you're going to enjoy that in the ballroom. They've got great food. They've got Above and Beyond Catering here. Bella Maria's and Teddy Spaghetti's are here. Chalet Flowers has got some great displays going on. Fatty Lumpkins is here, as well as the Hearthstone. Reich's Catering is here, so if you're looking for something sweet or tasty from Reich's, you can find that. And of course, Smash Wine Bar is here as well, so you can jump in and enjoy. And the Smash Wine Bar too has got your opportunity to join their wine club. So if you're interested in getting in on this wine club membership, make sure you stop by and see the Smash Wine booth up here at the top level of the Frauenthal Center. We're featuring some of the acts that are coming up over the next season here at the Frauenthal. They include Hamlet. We've got the Wind and Jazz Ensemble. The 2018 Student Showcase is going to be here as well. That is one of the biggest and best things that event in Muskegon has hosted in years. It is really an exciting thing for all of our students, presented by the Muskegon Area School District. That's what I'm trying to say. We've got. We're going to talk a little Shakespeare here in just a couple of seconds. We're getting everybody mic'd up. Are you set and ready to go?
I think so. Can
You
they
think
hear me
so?
okay?
Tell me
Good.
about your Shakespeare. First of all, your name.
My name's Eric Arrive.
Nice to have you, Eric.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming by
yeah,
today.
absolutely.
Tell me about your Shakespeare company.
Well, I'm here with the Pigeon Creek Shakespeare Company. We are a 501c3 non-for-profit theater organization, and we are Michigan's only year-round full-time touring Shakespeare company. So we do 4 main stage productions, and we travel all over throughout the state, northern Michigan, east, southeast Michigan, and mostly primarily in West Michigan. We have several venues, repeat venues that we do perform at, Beardsley being one of them. And we do high school matinee performances here for high school students here during the week, followed up with a public performance here at the Beardsley. And we perform primarily in West Michigan. 4 main stage productions, followed by also in the middle of that 2 summer productions that we do at Blue Lake Fine Arts Camp.
Ooh.
So we actually just did a production of Julius Caesar back in August, and then we also did a production of Merchant of Venice. So we always do 2 summer shows there. So we keep pretty busy.
What got you into this?
I started actually the same reason why we end up doing performances here for high school students. So I read Romeo and Juliet and Julius Caesar in high school, and then I didn't actually start getting involved in theater until college, and that's when I really started getting involved with Shakespeare. So I did 12th Night in college, along with some other Shakespeare productions with school. I went to Oakland University, and that's what pretty much got me involved.
I've got a wife sitting right off camera over there. She's a high school English teacher, and Shakespeare is one of the things that they even in 9th grade now, they're starting to get these kids into these things.
Yeah, and
So-
even as young as middle school too.
Yeah.
I mean, not even, they decided not to start high school anymore now. The Shakespeare, Pigeon Creek Shakespeare Company executive director, Catherine Mayberry, she's also one of the main teachers and directors over at Blue Lake Fine Arts Camp.
Really?
During the summer, yeah. And they actually do a program called Willpower, and it's basically a Shakespeare intensive for middle school students. So they actually get to perform on the Rose stage, which we get to perform on twice a year. The Rose is basically an Elizabethan replica of London's Globe Theatre.
Wow.
So it's nice, wide, open space in the middle. The elements can come inside. Huge stage, large groundling area, and seats up to about 600 to 700 patrons. And so the students there in the summertime, they're middle school students, and they get to do an intensive and work on scenes and work with our executive director. So it's a great stepping stone if they're really involved and really interested in Shakespeare.
Do you find with a student level individual, do you find that there's a moment when they get it? Is there a moment where they kind of just walk into this whole Shakespeare thing going, but then all of a sudden they...
I mean, I think it's a mixed bag because you have a lot of students that come in, they probably were, at the teacher's mercy, you must read this for class.
Right.
And so they're already kind of resistant to it. And then you have the other students that, they do all their high school musicals and all their high school plays, and they get super excited about it. But overall, if we're doing our job correctly on stage, it doesn't matter if they came in really excited or if they came in against their will. At the end of the performance, or even in the middle, there's those moments where there's complete silence or you have them locked in. I enjoy doing the high school matinees because they're not afraid to react.
Right.
Some people, when you go a lot of performances that have mostly adults in the audience, they don't want to be the first one to laugh. They don't want to be the first one to react. They kind of wait for everybody else to kind of warm up. High school students are not like that.
Right.
They come in with a lot of energy first off.
Oh, yeah.
You got to get them all corralled
We were all
in.
high school students at one
Exactly.
point.
So you know what it's like. So, to have the faculty kind of corral them in and calm them down, like, okay, now it's your turn to sit down and pay attention to what's going on. But once they get involved and they want to laugh or they want to cry or however they want to feel, the best part is getting those questions afterwards and the talkbacks. So we do talkbacks afterwards for the performances.
Sure.
So it's great getting feedback because these kids just read this play.
Yep.
Maybe they read it for the first time, maybe they haven't. And even for the faculty members too, that there may have been things that they didn't even address or talk about in class. That's something that we did, or maybe something that we didn't do, that they say, we talked about this in class, so why don't you tell us a little bit something about that, what your take was on it. And it's a great exchange and back and forth. It's an excellent learning experience for everybody, so it's really exciting.
Tell me about your performances coming up here at the Beardsley. When are they, and what are we going to see?
Well, our next performance coming up here will be in March. We're doing a production of Hamlet.
Okay.
Earlier this year, we did Much Ado About Nothing. So we're here for high school matinees, followed by the public performance. Tickets aren't on sale yet, but they will be soon next year.
Okay.
So. And we're also coming up in the area. We will be performing at 7 Steps Up in Spring Lake.
Love the place.
Yes.
Love 7 Steps Up.
That's one of my favorite venues.
Michelle and Gary, two of the greatest people I know.
They're so awesome.
Aren't they
they're
great?
Yeah, they're great. We love performing there for them. We love them welcoming us in to perform there for them. It's a great venue. We're actually going to be doing King Lear.
Fun.
Is our next production there at 7 Steps Up in December.
Yep.
So that's our next production.
Got a website you want to plug as long as you're here?
Yes. Join us online. Go to www.pcshakespeare.com.
Okay.
And we also do have a Facebook page to keep us updated on what's
Facebook
going
page,
on.
really?
Yeah, Facebook. Who
Wow.
would have thought?
Who's
Social
got one of
media,
those,
it's an
right?
amazing thing, right? So, yeah.
All right, before I let you go,
Yeah.
I got to get your opinion because it's a huge deal at our house. We're waiting with bated breath for the second one. We're excited. We watched the first one over and over and over again. Romeo and Juliet. What's your thoughts? The Elton John thing.
The Elton John thing. You know, I mean, I'm not so familiar with that one. The last one
We got to keep in mind we got grandkids too, so I mean this is a repeat viewing thing for us.
It is a repeat viewing thing. I'm a big Franco Zeffirelli fan. That was one of the first Shakespeare productions I saw on film.
Yep.
So I'm really connected to that one just because of that, because of when I read it in high school, we watched it in high school. It was a very risque production, albeit we were ninth graders, so parental supervision was there involved in case we were being a little bit too silly about it. The production years later with Leo DiCaprio, of course, totally different take as far as the directorial and the cinematography of what did they do with that. A very more engrossed and engaging and action-packed, I felt. Definitely probably a little bit more violent. I felt that's something that's what the director wanted to do and go for, but I'm curious to kind of compare notes to see what they, kind of see what that is.
Here's what we're going to do. Get yourself some grandkids.
Okay.
Get yourself a copy of Romeo and Juliet.
Okay.
Watch it 500 times. You're going to be in love with it too. Guaranteed.
Sounds good.
It's all Elton John and it's a lot of fun. So
all right, well, there's a lot of steps involved before I get to the grandkids part, but
you'll get there.
I'll get there.
Happens to all of us, man. I don't know.
Of course.
All of a sudden, there they are one day.
There they
it's
are.
Like, oh,
yeah.
Where did you guys come from?
My mom's a grandma now, so she's got.
Your days coming, man.
I know. My days. I got 3 sisters. 2 or 3 of them already have kids. So
you can be that fun uncle.
I know. I already am.
Yeah,
so
that's it,
yeah,
right?
It's cool. Yep.
Well, best of luck on the season here.
Well, thank
we'll see you around town, and
absolutely.
I'm sure you'll see her right over there at a couple of your productions.
I would hope so. Yeah, I hope
Fruitport
she comes
English
to join
kids
us and
come to
bring
see
the kids. So
come to see your Shakespeare.
Sounds good.
Thanks
Thank you so much.
man.
Yeah. Thanks for having
absolutely.
me.
It's the Frauenthal today. Open house going on until 8:30 tonight down here at the Frauenthal, right downtown Muskegon. It's on Western Avenue. You need to come down, free, everything. Got a cash bar going on. They've got Smash open up downstairs. If you need something to eat or drink, they've got that going on. Another guest box. Sit right down. We're making it easy on everybody. The West Michigan concert winds are here. We're going to talk next as you get mic'd up. Are you Gail?
I am.
Gail Bruchtine is here. The director of
West Michigan
Concert.
The band is 38 years old.
38
This is my 22nd year with the Winds.
You can't be more than 38
well,
yourself,
thank you. You're
right?
very kind. No.
Tell me a little bit about the concert winds.
The West Michigan Concert Winds is an adult wind ensemble.
Okay.
So it's like a high school band in regards to what it looks like and what it sounds like, but it's all adults.
Okay.
They're volunteers,
Really?
but they're all very fine musicians. We received a national award through the Sousa Foundation in 2005 because we create such a nice sound and also affect our community so well. And there's only about 30 bands in the nation that have ever received this.
No kidding.
And we were one of them.
And you're right here in town.
We were right here in town.
In Muskegon.
In Muskegon.
We have that in Muskegon.
We do, and all our concerts this year are going to be here at the Frauenthal.
Nice.
Yes, and we are also affiliated with Muskegon Community College.
Very cool.
We've been, years ago before they had a program, they had one, and then it kind of went away for a while, and then when Dr. Nesberry came back, it was reestablished. But we've always been there, so kids could take it for credit, even though we're our own organization. So we're affiliated with them, which is fabulous.
They're doing some singing out there in the
Yeah,
lobby.
they're awesome.
Right?
They're awesome.
Sounds great, doesn't it?
I know it. That's fantastic. Yep. The band, as I said, we're about an 80-member ensemble.
Really?
Yes, yes.
And do all 80 play at the same time when
Yes.
you guys are? No.
Oh, yes.
Wow.
Yep. So it's, flutes, oboes, clarinets, bassoons, saxophones, bass clarinet, French horn, trumpets, trombones, baritones, tubas, percussion. That's what is made up of the WIMS.
That's incredible.
Right. And we have, we went to Carnegie Hall 2 summers ago and performed at Carnegie.
How'd that feel?
We were invited. Oh.
Tell me about that. I want to hear about this.
That was a bucket list. Well, I went up to a gentleman at a booth at a convention and I said, can adult groups do this? And he said, absolutely. You have to audition. So we sent in an audition tape and we were accepted, which my heart almost stopped when we got to
right?
And then we had to, everybody had to decide what they were if they were going to go or not. And
Sure.
we were able to do that. We knew about a year in advance. But because of it, we locked into playing Carnegie Hall. I got a phone call from the company and they said, how far are you from Chicago? And I said, we're going to New York, right?
Yeah.
And he said, yeah, but we just had a group back out of Symphony Hall in Chicago. And can you play?
Yeah.
And I said, when? And he said, in 2 weeks. So we had to put a concert together in 2 weeks. So we got to play in both of those big halls with my ensemble.
That's amazing.
And I got to conduct there. It was really awesome.
Tell me, all right, now I want to get into this because you keep bringing up the adult
Yes.
players.
Yes.
With a lot of musicians, do you find that these people stay in practice? Or is there a time where, because kids will take an instrument up when they're young.
Right.
Then
Right.
life happens.
Exactly.
They have kids.
Exactly.
Are these people that stuck with it their entire life, or are they people that may have put it away for a while?
Some, a very small percentage played their whole lives.
Yeah.
Most of them did not. Most of them, as you said, got married, had their kids, were busy with that,
Yeah.
and then loved playing so much when they were in high school or college, said, I need this back in my life.
Right.
And because it is a real soul thing. And so they found us or somehow, know we were there or have been coming to our concerts and rejoined. I have some people who haven't played for 30 or 40 years at all.
Yeah.
And so they start taking lessons again, or they come in and they try to play. And we have a summer group called the Summer Winds, which is a little bit simpler music, a little easier for them to kind of jump into more popular music.
Yeah.
And that's how they sometimes will get their feet back on the ground with their instruments. So the age is from right out of high school, 18-year-olds, and I have people in the band that are 78, 80 years old.
Is that right?
Sure. So, and they
What a
are
thing
fabulous
to see,
players.
huh?
And the best part is, I've been the conductor for 22 years. Well, what that allows for is the fact that some of these people have been in the band for more than 22 years. So it's not like a high school or a college where they come and go in 4 years.
Right.
I mean, these people are my best friends and we've gone through life together.
Yeah.
So it's almost like church. We are really close family.
This gets me to my next question. I'm a casual
Musician?
class. No, not at all.
Okay.
I was so bad at music, they've told me to play records.
Oh, no.
Seriously.
No.
I tried guitar, I tried piano, saxophone. Dumb. Can't do it. I could
Sorry
play
to hear
records.
that.
Oh
Yeah,
boy, did
really
I
good.
ever. But where was my question there? I just lost my train.
Something you said that you were going to ask me about personal.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're conducting.
Yes.
Are you really doing something up there, or is that just part of the act? Seriously.
Well, sometimes my band, I'm not so sure they think, but oh yes.
Okay, because I see the moves. I'm kind of a casual fan, and I've been to the symphony, and I've seen that.
Sure, I get it.
When a conductor
That's a good
moves,
point.
tell me what you're doing up there.
Well, first of all, I have a degree in music education.
Sure.
And so I had conducting clinics and classes. The conductor chooses all the literature.
Okay.
So all the music that we play
Yep.
sets up the whole season.
Okay.
Okay. And then what I do in rehearsals is I have to decide: is it balanced right? Are they playing the rhythms correctly? What should we do? And I'm the one who helps develop the creativity of the piece. So if this piece should be a march and it should sound that way,
Yep.
I'm the one that says this is what I want it to sound like, and they start to create that. Now there's a vocabulary you learn as you grow
Sure.
through it, like
Sure.
anything. And my brother-in-law was a pilot in the Air Force, and he said one day I happened to see all his panels of everything. This is the days before we couldn't go into these
Sure.
big aircraft. And I said, how do you know how to do this? And he said, it's just like you. He
Yeah.
said, you look at a music score, how do you know how to do everything? I mean, I know how to play every instrument. I know how
Do you really? I'm
yeah.
jealous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the fingerings are, and, you have to understand the problems. You have to understand how it all puts together. So I'm the brain and the creativity of the ensemble.
Wow.
But they're making the music.
Yeah.
A conductor can stand and wave their arms forever, but you got to have the musicians.
When you're conducting
Uh-huh.
and you're looking at that ensemble of people,
Right.
can you hear
Oh, yes.
problems
Oh,
in
yes.
individual instruments?
Absolutely.
Can you really?
Oh, of course, yes. You can hear the harmony differences. You look at your score, you know where, okay, we don't have an oboe, so we're going to transpose it and put it into another instrument and cue it in. I mean, you do all of that. It's all the creativity.
Fascinating to me.
Well, that's
I
nice.
mean, I was so terrible at this in school. I mean, I tried. I mean, I
I'm
sat there
so
with my
sorry.
mom with a, you know,
Aw.
she, you know, what pick your fly
Yeah.
swatter or whatever.
Yeah.
Do the piano lessons, and
yeah,
you know,
right,
it was
right,
terrible.
Right. Oh, I'm so sorry, but I'm really glad you're a music appreciator
Oh,
because
man.
you're the
Right.
ones that are going to come to our season.
Well, I did
this
radio
year.
for 26 years, so like I
See?
said, when I could play
You-
records, I could
you're
play
really
records.
good
I
at
knew
it.
all about it. Tell me about your season.
We
now.
have a fabulous season. This is our 39th season, coming
Okay.
up on 40 years. Our first concert is in October on the 29th. He's here at the Frauenthal. And Dave Bennett is a jazz clarinetist. He's internationally known.
Okay.
And he comes in and does a lot of Artie Shaw, Benny Goodman kind of stuff.
Very cool.
And we're going to play the first half with all kinds of great jazz. I've got my own 2 soloists that are going to come in and do flugelhorn and trombone solo stuff. And then Dave's going to play one concert or piece with us, and then his quartet is going to do the whole second half.
Very
So
cool.
it's going to be fantastic.
Yep.
Our second one is a little chamber thing we're doing at the new venue down here called The Corner.
Yeah.
It used to be the Reading Scientist Reading Room.
Have you been in there?
Yes, I have.
Isn't that
I'm
something
on
to see inside
auxiliary
there?
board with them. It's fantastic.
We were shopping around. I work with a group here in town called No More Sidelines.
Oh, I know them.
And we
really
were looking
well.
around for buildings at one point
Yes.
before we settled on the
Yes.
Folker Community Hub.
Right.
And we took a walk through there.
Sure.
And when I walked in, we went through the vestibule and all that, and I walked up and saw the setting.
Oh, yeah.
My first thought was, this needs to be a concert facility.
Absolutely.
Holy cow.
And it's going to be awesome.
It is
Right.
awesome.
So we have small chamber groups that
Yep.
are rehearsing themselves because they're all adults. And then we are going to do a concert in November there for everybody.
Awesome.
Best deal in town.
I
So-
knew it.
so
I knew
come
it was
on.
a concert place.
That's right.
I
See,
called it.
You should have been known. And then our Christmas one is with the Leffring Sisters. Have you heard of the Leffring Sisters?
can't
They're
say that I
local.
have.
They're
Okay.
fantastic. Everybody knows them. They're young adult women, and they are fabulous singers and performers, and they're our guests. And we're doing a Disney Christmas sing-along.
Fun.
So it is for families.
Yep.
It is for children and families to come. Have your girls dress up like princesses. Have the boys superheroes. We're going to have places where they can take pictures. And then there's a big sing-along with the Winds doing a concert. So a great way, December 8th.
I
it's
got
an
6
early
grandkids.
Christmas.
We'll drag them down here.
You better, because
Yeah.
it's still the best. And children come to our concert, 18 and under are free.
Good.
So it's just paying like grandma and grandpa
Yeah.
to come. Okay. Winners and Wins is here also, and that's where we give out scholarships through the Community Foundation. We partner with them, and we give out anywhere between $1,000 to $8,000 every year in scholarships to high school students going
awesome.
into high school or into college,
college.
in music.
Yep.
And that concert's in February. And then we couldn't get into the Frauenthal when we wanted to in April, so we're going to be at Grand Haven High School, which is a beautiful venue.
Sure.
And it takes us a little more down into Ottawa County, which is nice. And the nature of spring is a concert we're doing with a bassoon soloist.
Fun.
And she is the bassoon professor at Central Michigan University. So it's going to be all about springtime. So those are the concerts we do. We do summer concerts. We have a Sousa band that performs down at the depot in the
Yep.
summertime, and all they do is marches. So if you're like my mother and all she loved was marches, that's a band for you, is to go down and enjoy them. And it's outside. It's a wonderful, fun concert.
Yeah, my mother was a Roberta Flack fan.
Oh,
I know,
awesome.
right?
Yeah, that's awesome.
And that was the only record she ever had. I'm stacked up with Kiss records and all this other stuff. And here's my poor mom with one Roberta Flack 45.
Played it over and over and over.
Over and over and over
Oh,
again.
that's
That was
wonderful.
it. You're a delightful guest.
Well, thank you.
I'm
thank you.
so excited to learn more
Yeah,
about you guys.
yes,
And
this is yours.
we're gonna do
Bring
that.
Your grandchildren.
Yeah, we do.
Okay?
The missus is
Wonderful.
right there hiding
Awesome.
under the hat.
Bring your
but
grandchildren.
Yeah, that Disney sing-along thing is
Terrific.
We're going to
Well,
put that on
thank
the list
you.
of things to do.
Thanks so much. It was really nice
Pleasure.
to meet you.
Thank you
Yeah.
for coming
Yep,
by,
yep.
and thank you for being a part of the Frauenthal.
Oh, you betcha.
Down here today for the open house.
Always.
Exciting, good crowd, huh?
Oh, yeah. I've been here all along. Come to our booth.
Absolutely. Stop by and see the West Michigan Concert Winds down here at the Frauenthal Center. It's going on until 8:30 tonight. It is really a great event. I mean, I'm kind of blown away with the guests and everybody that we've had coming by. We've got Derek Wong back running the controls. Mrs. O is sitting back there as well, making sure Derek stays on the straight and narrow. She's got him on the short leash instead of me for a change, which is kind of a nice feel, right? Everything good back there? Yeah. You're not supposed to talk to the guy off camera, but hey, it's our show, so we'll do what we want. It goes till 8:30 tonight. We are here. I'm going to continue to hang and see if anybody else drops by that wants to talk about their upcoming performance at the Frauenthal. It is really a huge, huge season that is getting underway here at the Frauenthal, and it all kicks off tonight. The performances continue on right here, right through 8:30. We're looking at things like Big Daddy Fox and Friends playing upstairs in the ballroom. We've got great appetizers from Above and Beyond Catering, Fatty Lumpkins is down here. If you've never had a Fatty or any of their great food, you're going to come down and check that out. Acoustic guitar going on by Garrett Riley here in just a little bit. Popcorn is free. The cash bar is open. You can also try food from the Hearthstone. Reiche's Catering is down here as well. They've got Smash with your opportunity to get in on their delightful wine club. If you want to be a part of that as well, come on down and be a part of it here at the Frauenthal. It goes on until 8:30 tonight. It's absolutely, hi Josie, how are you? Oh, Josie's going to sneak in here. I'm doing a live show here on the internet, so say hi to everybody. Did I get a hug too?
Hey,
oh,
you know, I just go back.
I wouldn't have it any other way. Your life, is you doing good?
Doing okay.
Yeah? Are you retired now and everything?
Yes, sir.
Oh, good to see you. You're going to start doing something.
Get out of the house.
You ought to host a TV show. I'll put you on right here now. No. Josie says no. That's what you see, man. It's friends and neighbors down here at Frauenthal Theater. It's always so good to see Josie. I'll take a hug any old day of the week from Josie. We've been at it for about an hour. It goes by really quick when we're down here. And our last guest there, Gail Brechtine from the West Michigan Concert Winds. Tell you what we're going to do. I'm going to take a quick 30 seconds here. Can you roll that little pause? Clear my throat, maybe grab a quick drink of water, and we'll see if we can line up a couple more people to come on and talk. In just a couple of minutes here, a short break from the Frauenthal. It's Andy O'Reilly on the Muskegon Channel. It is the great big open house tonight till 8:30 downtown Muskegon. We're covering it live on the Muskegon Channel at the Frauenthal down here tonight till 8:30. A little countdown. Back. Hey, we're back. We are at the Frauenthal. It's kind of a loose thing. Natalie Carmoli is here. She is with the West Michigan Symphony. Andy O'Reilly, it is the open house, the season kickoff at the Frauenthal. They did this last year for the first time, and it was quite a hit. Actually, last year I was here presenting as we had a discussion episode that came on. But you'd be an anchor here, wouldn't you? The West Michigan Symphony.
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
a big deal.
We
Let's
are.
talk about the West Michigan Symphony season. Scott Speck coming back.
He is coming back.
He's
We're
quite
celebrating.
a conductor. He's a lot of fun to see
yeah,
live. Tell me
yeah,
about
he
the West
really
Michigan
is.
Symphony.
We're celebrating our 78th season this year.
78 years.
Over 40 years here at the Frauenthal Theater.
How about that?
And actually, we are going to be kicking off our season as well a week from this Friday.
Is
so
it really
a week
really?
Yeah, this soon.
All
so.
right.
Yeah, I'm actually been standing right behind you here, but in front of our posters that hang
She's
in the
thinking
lobby.
back there, he's going, this guy ain't going to shut up all night long, right?
I kept looking around. Is it my turn?
It is your turn. So let's talk about the West Michigan Symphony.
All right, we're going to open up, like I said, we're going to open our season on Friday with a concert called Ravel and Gershwin Piano Concertos. And we have a fellow named Aldo Lopez Gavilan. Here's a picture of him.
Right there.
He is a Cuban-American pianist
Okay.
who will be coming. He'll be playing the Ravel Piano Concerto, and he'll be playing Gershwin's Rhapsody in Blue.
Wow.
And we'll also be doing Gershwin's American in Paris. The whole concert itself is going to open with the Wagner's overture to the Flying Dutchman, which is keeping within the A-Fest theme, because I don't know if you've talked to anybody from A-Fest yet, which is Muskegon's Arts and Humanities Festival,
Okay.
which is all of October.
Yep.
So their theme this year is water. So we're kicking it off with the overture from the Flying Dutchman, which is that pirate ship that floats aimlessly through the waters.
Very, very cool.
And of course, Scott will be there for our opening concert.
Yep.
And the following evening, we have this fellow coming to the block, which is just one block down
Sure.
the street,
Sure.
which is our small performance hall. We do a dozen concerts there a year.
Do you really?
And this guy, Aldo Lopez Gavilan, will be joining his brother, who's a violinist and one of the founders of the Harlem Jazz Quartet.
Very cool.
And they'll be doing a jazz concert together up at the block. So it's going to be a
Busy weekend of music
for us. Yeah.
Do you think in Muskegon that do people know that this goes on? I mean, I'm sure you get an attendance, and you got people that come to these things,
Yeah.
but do they know that this much culture and this much these many uberly cool people are in town doing this kind of thing?
I hope they do.
Yeah.
But there's always more that can be done,
Sure.
and always more. I mean, this is the kind of thing that we need to get the word out. And this event,
Yeah.
being online and
Yeah.
being able to talk to people online.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things competing for people's attention these days.
It's
so,
tough, I know.
Having a live symphony orchestra in this town is not something very many towns of this size can boast.
No, they really can't.
So not only do we have an orchestra, we have a world-class museum.
Yeah.
We have a live theater, with the Muskegon Civic Theater. So
there's a lot more culture here than because
Oh my goodness, all
everybody
up and down
pretty
the
much
coast.
understands that we're a blue-collar, blues jeans and t-shirt town, but there's that whole culture thing
that
too.
doesn't mean we don't love the arts.
Right, exactly.
Definitely.
So we got this to kick things off. Let's
Yeah.
talk about the entire season
Okay.
that you guys have going on.
One thing I do want to talk about before we get into the entire season, if you're not familiar with going to the symphony, we've got programs to kind of increase your comfort level with it.
Ease you into it.
Yeah, so this is a really accessible concert that's coming up with Gershwin. Everybody's familiar with Gershwin, or a lot of people are, but what we have on the Wednesday before next Friday's concert at noon is a little thing we call the Lunch and Learn.
Okay.
So that's always up at the block. Scott Speck is there. You can show up with your lunch. It's free. You can. Scott's going to talk about what's going to be played that night, so you can listen for little things that are going to be happening.
Sure.
Our guest artist Aldo Lopez Gavilan will be there talking about what he's going to be doing at the concert. And if you can't make it there, we'll be doing a live stream on Facebook Live, so you can watch it there.
Yep.
So we really want to get people more educated about what's happening, because it just makes it more fun
Sure.
to come and see it.
Because some people, like I said, we go to the blue jeans and t-shirt type thing. Some people are kind of uncomfortable with the idea of coming to a symphony.
Right. It's not mink coats and long dresses anymore.
No, it's really not,
It
no.
really is come as you are.
Yeah.
I mean, we just want you to come and enjoy the music.
Right.
And you don't need any special kind of PhD or
Right.
way to dress or anything to
Right.
do that.
Right.
So a week from this Friday, we kick off our 8-concert season.
Okay.
So we're going to have information just laying around here at the Frauenthal for any time anybody wants
Absolutely.
to pick it up. And our season runs from late September to all the way through May this year. So,
Do you have the concert season laid out already, or just
Oh,
the first
yeah.
shows? Let's talk
Oh,
about the
yeah.
whole season. So
Okay.
we've got the Gershwin thing coming up. We know
Right.
that.
Right.
What do we go through the entire season?
In November, we have a concert called Enigma Variations. The Enigma Variations are, it's named after a piece called Enigma Variations. And, but the kind of fun thing that's also happening at that concert is we have our past principal timpanist, Andrew Spencer, coming, and he's going to do a timpani concerto called Raise the Roof by Michael Doherty, and it's
Fun.
a fairly new piece. So he's our guest artist. He, like Aldo Lopez, will be playing a percussion concert at the block the following evening. So as well as this Enigma Variations piece, we'll also be doing this Raise the Roof, which is a timpani concerto, and that's pretty fun and exciting, and that's November 10th. And then, of course, in December, we have our holiday concert, which
This is the one that everybody loves.
yeah, that's our most popular concert
Sure.
of the year, of course. And we're doing something a little bit different for our holiday concert. We're doing a Celtic Christmas. And
Jumping on that Irish theme, huh?
yeah, we've got Kathy Ryan and her band coming. Kathy
Okay.
Ryan is familiar to a lot of people who love Irish music around here. And we know people love Irish music
Yeah.
around here.
I grew up in an Irish family.
Yeah,
And
we just had our Irish festival
Yeah.
last weekend, and she's an award-winning Irish music, Celtic music player, and she's going to be doing then the holiday music with a Celtic flair to it, and so there'll be traditional Christmas songs plus Irish Christmas
if
songs.
my mom's watching, you just sold tickets. I
Yeah,
guarantee it.
yeah.
Just like that.
Yeah. So we're not throwing away the Christmas songs, but we're adding to that with this Celtic Christmas concert. So that's pretty exciting.
That's remarkable.
She also is doing a concert the following night at the block.
Why not?
So sure.
That's the way it works?
We have a whole series at the block that you can get, where you can just get a series of concerts where you want to see every guest artist that's playing with it's a guest artist series. Every concert that's playing, every guest artist that's playing with the symphony, you can see him at the block the next night.
That's awesome.
So, and then, what have we got? November, December, in Jan. Now I have to start remembering. 'Cause
Yeah,
this is my
see?
quarterly
You're on the
newsletter.
spot. That's why
Yeah.
back in the days of radio, we didn't
Yeah.
have no microphones. Now we're on camera. Everybody's looking at you now, right?
In January, we have Germanic Classics.
Okay.
So it's kind of I like to call it a Mendelssohn sandwich.
Very cool.
2 pieces by Mendelssohn with a Strauss horn concerto in the middle. The funny thing about the Mendelssohn pieces is back in the day when classical music was all men composing everything. A lot of people may have heard of Felix Mendelssohn, but his sister Fanny wrote just as many concertos and symphonies as he did, was just as prolific as he was, but women didn't write music back then. So a lot of times he would publish some of her things, or she would just do small, smaller concerts in people's houses and things like that. The original house party, I guess.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But so we'll be doing a piece by Fanny Mendelssohn, and then the Strauss Horn Concerto. We're bringing in Paul Clifton, who is our principal horn player, and he's going to be featured in that. And then a piece by the Symphony No. 1 in C minor by Felix Mendelssohn.
Very cool.
So that's January. That's a fun way that's a Masterworks concert as well. So it has the associated lunch and learn the Wednesday before, because it's a Masterworks concert. And then in February, we have a Pops concert, our second Pops concert of the season, Hollywood's Greatest Melodies.
All right, well, what are we talking about here?
We have got Diane Penning and Paul Langford, who they did a Christmas concert with us, I think, 2 seasons ago. And they are vocalists, and they're going to be doing a lot of pieces that were from, let me make sure I get it right, the American Film Institute's list of 100 best songs from motion pictures. So Climb Every Mountain, Somewhere, the theme from Frozen. So a lot of recognizable tunes.
Your grandkids, you know that song.
Yeah, and it's a great thing to bring your kids to, because there's going to be a lot of music they recognize, a lot of music you recognize. And vocalists are always just a lot of fun.
Add to it. They add to that feeling as well.
So that's our second Pops concert of the season.
Very cool.
And then in March, we have another Masterworks concert, and this is really a theme that we've been putting together, which is classical music for everyone. So last season we decided, let's start this new theme. We used to have a Beethoven and Blue Jeans concert, but we swapped it out for classical music for everyone. Mostly because we're riffing on the book that Scott Speck wrote, which is Classical Music for Dummies, and it went into its second edition. So we started this kind of an educational component to going to hear a concert, and it gives Scott more of an opportunity that before every piece to talk to the patrons and give them a little more information before every piece. So when you're sitting there, you learn as you listen in a really fun way.
That's a great thing.
Yeah. So that's going to be romantic music, which is one of Scott's favorites. He loves the romantic era of classical music.
Very cool.
So it's romantic nationalism because it's the romantic era of music as told kind of, or as chosen from the countries from which they originate. So there's a piece from Finland, there's a piece from Czechoslovakia, and the piece from Czechoslovakia is a Dvorak cello concerto, and we will have Alexei Stadler coming in, and he'll be doing the cello concerto, and he's a Russian-American cellist, also fantastic, also playing.
All this culture is like hit me. It's like, whoa, this can't be going on in Muskegon.
And we bring in, I mean, he's a world-class cellist that we're bringing to Muskegon, and it's an opportunity to hear this person play the cello who you may never be able to hear again.
That's awesome.
And we're bringing him here.
That's awesome.
So that's exciting. And April 27th is our third Pops concert, one that I'm especially excited about.
This one, I can see. You're getting fired up.
I know it is, because it's got dance with it.
Okay.
It's Tango Caliente. So it's Latin music, and we're going to have 2 pairs of tango dancers on the stage doing the tango, while Camille Zamora, who is a soprano, sings these Latin songs, and it's just going to be exciting.
You get in a pinch, I could get up there and do the twist.
Yeah, you could. Who's a volunteer? You never know when they might take a volunteer.
Run them
Rose in your mouth.
Run them right out of the theater for you. It'd be the final act of the night. We'll clear the place, I promise you.
All right, and then our final concert of the season is just masterpieces. We call it Masterpieces. And we'll have Scott Speck in for that again. And we're going to open the concert with a piece by our composer in residence. His name is Austin Wintory. We have brought him on board to compose pieces especially for the symphony for a 3-year time period. He started last year. He's an LA composer. He composes music for a lot of video games, like Assassin's Creed was a big video game. Trying to remember the name of the other video.
Isn't it funny? I shouldn't say necessarily funny, but you got these composers and they do wonderful work. They do amazing things, but they have to have a day job too. So
Yeah.
they're doing video games. They're
And he's winning Grammy. I mean, he's nominated for a Grammy Award for
Sure,
it.
yeah.
You
It's
know,
amazing.
composing is composing, and
Yeah.
the music is beautiful.
Yeah.
And so back in the day when it was, Bach and Mozart and Brahms, they were all paid by someone
Absolutely.
to create music.
Yeah.
So it's really, we feel like our job as a presenting symphony organization to create opportunities for composers to continue to compose classical music.
And do the art.
Yeah.
As opposed to the day job.
Right. So we
Yeah.
have a club called the Composer Club, and a lot of people belong to it. And with that money that we collect through the Composer Club, we're able to have him write new music that premieres with our symphony.
Remarkable.
So that's what will be happening. That's one of the pieces that will be played in our final concert on May 18th. And we'll have the Brahms Violin Concerto in D major that concert as well. Vadim Gluzman will be our violinist, and he's a guest artist as well. He's an Israeli violinist. And he'll be playing at the block the following evening with his wife, who is a pianist.
Very cool.
So that should be a beautiful classical concert. And we'll have Tchaikovsky's Symphony No. 4 in F minor to finish a really thrilling season of
That's
music.
amazing.
So
I feel like I've kind of been run through the ringer with
I know.
all this ultra high class amazing stuff, and I have to admit that I'm one that doesn't get enough of this here in town.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I'm at hockey games, I'm at car races, I'm
Right.
at concerts and all this, but this is all here, and
Right.
I have no other choice other than to admit that I don't take advantage of this enough.
Right. Well, and this is, a lot of people might say, well, I don't really like classical music. That's fine.
It's too stuffed shirt. and blah, blah,
Come
but
to the
it's not-
block.
Yeah.
We do a dozen concerts a season at the block.
Yeah.
We've got jazz.
Yep.
We've got folk.
Yep.
Classical.
Yep.
We've got vocalists.
Yep.
So and I'm not going to go through the dozen concerts that
Sure.
we're doing at the block, but you can go to the block, westmichigan.org,
Yep.
and see what we've got.
Yep.
We've got music to fit everybody's taste. Neil Jacobs is 12-string guitarist, will be there doing gypsy trio music.
Wow.
And so there's all kinds of opportunities
So
to
much
see
more here
whatever
than what
kind
we
of music
normally
you're
hear about.
interested in.
That's just amazing.
Yeah.
You're a spark. I'm glad you sat out there and waited because we had a few minutes to sit here and
I
talk,
love
and it
to
kind of
talk about
quieted down a
music.
little bit.
Yeah.
And that was really
Yeah.
cool.
I didn't have to fight with the a cappella
I
singers.
know they were great
I got
though.
to enjoy them.
They were
and-
really great.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah.
Natalie Carmoli, thank you for
All
coming
right.
by, and
Thank
best
you
of
so
luck on the
much.
great season
All
here.
right.
And man, you guys have made this so easy on me. Well, what have we been here now? We've been here an hour and 45 minutes, and it's gone by like that. It's been fantastic.
I'm going to stand back there and peek over your.
Yeah, do that, would you? Make
right.
faces too, would you?
Okay.
That's kind of the crowd I'm used to.
All right.
So it's just amazing. So the West Michigan Symphony down
right.
here at the Frauenthal. Great job.
Thanks.
Thank you very much. We're here till, we're going to stick around. I think we'll go another 15 minutes or so and see if anybody else wants to come by and spread the word about what they've got coming up. This goes on till 8:30 down here tonight at the Frauenthal Center. So if you're looking for something to do and you want to get some of this entertainment down or learn a little bit more about the stuff that's coming up down here at the Frauenthal, come on down. Natalie, thank you again for coming down and being a part of the show. Come on down and join us right here on Western Avenue, downtown Muskegon. It is absolutely free to come through. You can still get in on the tours, behind-the-scenes stuff, to take a walk through the Frauenthal, some of the areas that you've not seen or may not get access to any other time of the year. You can take a backstage tour. You can take a tour of the upstairs, the basement. All that's available. You can also enjoy some of the great food samplings, or maybe check out Smash Wine Bar and Bistro, which is now open again. And I got to tell you, the smell of the Smash Wine Bar and Bistro is really starting to make me feel a little on the hungry side. It is a fantastic evening down here at the Frauenthal for their season kickoff open house for the 2017-2018 season. And we're proud to be a part of it here at the Muskegon Channel. Still to come tonight, across the board, 7:45 to 8:30, the a cappella group, the B Sharps, will be on the main stage in the Frauenthal. From 7:40 to 8:15, the light acoustic pop by Cassidy Briggs will be playing in the Beardsley Theater. From 8:20 to 8:30, you'll get musical numbers from the Muskegon Civic Theater production of My Way. Reiche's Catering is down that way as well, so you'll enjoy that. Shoreline Symphony is going to play in the reception gallery from 7:45 to 8:15. Johnny Lawton will play from 7:15. I think he's going on here in just a little bit. Yeah, 7:15, so got about a half an hour to see Johnny Lawton down there. You'll find appetizers by Fatty Lumpkins and Hearthstone down there, as well as a cash bar. And up in the ballroom, Big Daddy Fox and Friends still jamming up there. And Above and Beyond Catering, Bella Maria's and Teddy Spaghetti's is up there providing some snacks for you as well down here at the Frauenthal. We've talked about a lot of stuff going on here tonight. It's going to be a really busy season. One of the things that we haven't really gotten to yet, and I don't know if I saw it in the thing, but I know it's coming. Yeah, there it is, March 9th. Louis Anderson, remember him? The stand-up comic? He is going to make an appearance here one night only. Iconic comedian Louis Anderson, 3-time Emmy Award winner, is going to be here on stage for a one-night only stand-up act March 9th. That is here at the Frauenthal Center. Richard Dowling is going to do the music of Scott Joplin on March 4th. Celtic Women play here April 14th. Honors Orchestra and Vocal Ensembles on April 15th. That's presented by Muskegon Community College. The Gospel Truth will be here February 25th. Classical Music for Everyone, which we just talked about with the West Michigan Symphony, is happening on March 2nd. This is going to be a great show, too. It's a Tony Award-winning smash hit musical inspired by the famed recording session that brought together the icons Elvis Presley, Johnny Cash, Jerry Lee Lewis, and Carl Perkins. If you know who I'm talking about, it's the $1 Million Quartet. They are going to be here on March 3rd. And if we get a little closer back to the near future, you've got, it's called Sweet Dreams and Honky Tonks. I know that's going to be a lot of fun. Hank Williams and Loretta Lynn and Patsy Cline and Johnny Cash. So make sure you check that out. The Singing Christmas Tree, of course, November 30th through December 2nd. We're going to get to work on putting that together so we can show that here on the Muskegon Channel. So stay by for details on that. We talked about the Disney Christmas. The Nutcracker, of course, the West Michigan Youth Ballet will be doing the Nutcracker here on the 17th of December. Make sure you come down and check that out. And the Free Family Movie Day is December 27th. You'll get an opportunity to come down and check out The Princess Bride. If you've never seen The Princess Bride, I got to tell you what, it is one of the best movies that was ever done. It's a fairy tale like no other, and it is absolutely wonderful. It's absolutely free down here at the Frauenthal Center. Another thing I want to talk about that's coming up here, we don't have them here because they're practicing actually over at the Folker Community Hub. Annie Jr. is going to be here, and that's put on by the Penguin Project of the Muskegon Civic Theater. The Penguin Project is a musical theater production. It casts children and young adults with disabilities in the roles, okay? So it's Annie, you know that. But these kids from No More Sidelines and that, they may have a, they could be a mental thing, it could be a physical thing that they're dealing with, but they are going to be down here putting this thing on, Annie Jr. It's October 14th and 15th. This is something the community really needs to rally around, okay? This is going to be a fantastic thing. It's going to be a remarkable production, and it's going to leave you feeling like $1 million. So make sure you come down October 14th and 15th and support that Penguin Project of the Muskegon Civic Theater. Buster Keaton Film Festival is October 7th. We've got the My Way, which is underway September 15th, and that's, already going by the Muskegon Civic Theater. So you can check that out. And of course, we talked early on in our thing with Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., October 5th. That's free, but you do need a ticket ahead of time. So it's a busy season coming up here at the Frauenthal, and you are cordially invited to come down and be a part of all of it tonight for free. Get a little sampling of it all and join us here at the Frauenthal. A quick 30-second timeout again. We'll come back and start to wrap things up here at the Frauenthal. From the Muskegon Channel, it's Andy O'Reilly broadcasting live downtown Muskegon. We are back on the Muskegon Channel at the Frauenthal's open house to kick off the 2018 season into things. Down here, I'm Andy O'Reilly from the Muskegon Channel. Thank you for joining us here online today. It's been a great night. A lot of talking, and I'll tell you what, a lot of events coming up here at the Frauenthal. You can always visit the Frauenthal website, frauenthal.org, online to learn about more that's coming up here, and make sure you get tickets to come down and enjoy some of these great productions. If you are down here today to enjoy the free walkthrough, you got till 8:30 tonight to learn about it, and you can also take advantage of this building. I mean, it's a multi-purpose facility. There are all kinds of things that you can do here, not only for entertainment purposes or dining at Smash. You can rent it out for weddings, you can use it for speaking engagements, you can use it for theatrical things. It's really a great facility, and we are honored to be a part of their open house here down here today. We have talked to a lot of guests. This is going to be left up on Facebook Live for quite some time, so if you missed it, come back and catch it later on. And thanks again to the Frauenthal for having us out here today for their open house. Kick the 2017-2018 season off here with the Muskegon Channel. Thanks to Derek Wong for tuning the buttons back there behind the scenes and making sure we look cool out here on the front of things. Thanks to Linda Medema for having us down from the Frauenthal, and thanks to all of our guests for coming by to talk about their great productions that are going to happen here at the Frauenthal over the next months. Make sure you're down here for part of the action. Come to one, come to all. The Frauenthal is alive and well in downtown Muskegon, and we brought you a little taste of it right here tonight on the Muskegon Channel. I'm Andy O'Reilly. We'll talk to you soon.